Inside Coahoma Athletics, we have the linebackers coach and also recruiting coordinator of Coahoma football, Mr. Charles Lee. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Nothing much, VK. Glad to be here on homecoming week. Looking forward to playing our rival Mississippi Delta, and had 2 good days of football practice, and just can't wait till Saturday.
Oh yeah, can't wait till Saturday. Indeed, Coach Lee. More than anything else, first of all, this is your 4th year with Coach Miller.
Yes, sir.
But you've been in the game for a good little while, and you started your roots in God's country, out at Ole Miss. Can you tell us a little bit about your roots going there and to becoming who you are now, one of the best coordinators in the conference?
Well, when I went to Ole Miss, I started out being a student trainer. Actually, defensive coordinator Mike McIntyre. I went to Coahoma Community College, and I was at the Junior College All-Star game, and I was working the game, and Mike McIntyre was on the sideline. And I gave him my number. He gave me a business card, and, at first I thought, he'll never answer. So I finally called. He picks up, gets me in with the right direction, Tim Mullins and them guys, and I started working there as a student, as an athletic trainer. And then Coach Cutcliffe gets let go my senior year, and Coach Orgeron comes in, and I just started showing up to some of the meetings and started doing stuff in recruiting. And next thing you know, Coach O gave me the opportunity to join the staff at Ole Miss.
Wow, that's amazing. And Coach Orgeron doing a great job at LSU right now. But at the same time, from there, you went and digged into the junior colleges. Tell us a little bit about where you went from there and how you got to Coahoma.
Went to Knoxville County. It was my first high school job. Anybody knows Knoxville County is one of the top powerhouse high school football programs in the state of Mississippi, 5-time state champions. Coached some good players there. Vincent Sanders, coach at Northeast now. He played all SEC at Ole Miss. Deontay Skinner played in the NFL, played at Mississippi State, came out. Went to Forest, Coach Boswell, Coach Cam Akers at Clinton, and went to McGee. And then got in the junior college rank at Northeast Mississippi Community College. At that time, Coach Ricky Smithers, who was at Cleveland Central High School down 40 minutes south of here, gave me an opportunity. And Coach Kenny Jackson, who played at Ole Miss, was the defense coordinator, so hired me on as a linebacker coach, made me recruiting coordinator, and just started to work there at Northeast Mississippi Community College.
And then all of a sudden, Coach Miller calls you to come down here to Coahoma.
Well, I met Coach Miller at a 707. He was at Olive Branch, and he had a bunch of athletes that signed with Ole Miss, Alan Walker, Marquise Summers. So he would come down all the way to the summer camp at Ole Miss while we was working. And, I know he went to Kansas, but, I always just kept up through social media, never on phone. Just one night, we were talking, and I just inboxed him and asked him about a position, and he told me let me see what he could do for me, and we kept going back and forth, and he made it happen, and I came over to Clarksville, Mississippi.
Wow, amazing here. And what are your thoughts about, about the culture here at Coahoma to try to change things more than anything else, especially the way that you sacrifice your time, that you have to get in the car, go all over Mississippi to find the best players in the state or across the country to come join CCC?
Well, obviously about the history of Coahoma, that's the thing you have to fight. When you go out on the road recruiting, every coach wants to try to convince the recruits that, this is not a place where you can be successful at, and, try to bring up a lot of the past. So our job is we try to build that relationship, try to tell them it's more than just football, and just stay a consistent base with them through text messages, calling them, always trying to be the first one to see them many times as we can, to just show them the atmosphere and the love of CCC, and then show them the background of guys like Cecil Cherry, Davion Taylor, even guys like Brennan Williams, our coach at Northeast, who's at Ole Miss playing linebacker, and try to show them that, hey, we've got coaches on this staff that got the same type of connections and can get things done. If you buy in and come, I guarantee you, trust me, you won't be disappointed if you do what you're supposed to do on your end.
And so far, it's been so proven because you and Coach Miller has done a great job. Over 40 kids has gone to 4-year schools, and right now you got a couple of them that's formerly in your unit as linebackers. You look at Cecil Cherry and also Davion Taylor, who had 2 tremendous years a couple of years ago for Coahoma. Now they're in line to possibly get drafted in the NFL.
Yes, Davion Taylor has a great chance to get drafted. Cecil has a chance to be a late rounder, free agent guy. He was highly rated out of high school and have done a fantastic job up at UT Martin.
Absolutely, and he's making a huge impact, and it's unbelievable to see them out here. I've seen Tony Bowman last Saturday, Mississippi Valley and stuff, and I mean, Coahuma's all over the place. They're making impacts all over.
Yeah, the funny thing about Tony, we was recruiting Tony, and when I got to Coahoma, that was my first year, so he came in my second year, but I was recruiting him along with Coach Brian, who's now at Gulf Coast, and I remember texting Tony. I used to text Tony every day, and Tony would tell you the story. He never really responds sometimes. Sometimes he responded to me a week, sometimes he wouldn't, and I just kept. And finally one night, it was like a week before signing day, and we kept texting him. It was on a Friday night, and I never forget, he texted me back and said, "Hey, Coach, you got me. I'm in." And it was just a great celebration feeling to know that Tony was coming because of the impact of Tunica, Rutherford High School, getting a local kid to come play for Coahoma.
It sounds like Christmas morning to you, man.
Oh,
You know,
yes,
so
sir.
especially when you get a big signing, you know. But you know, your position as linebacker coach, like we talked about the recruiting, but let's talk about you as linebacker coach. You know, especially what do you do to try to make these players become the playmakers that they are right now, especially when you have players like a Bo Curtis out there, a Jamon O'Neal, and a Javonta Woodruff that is really making plays out there for you?
Well, first, I tell anybody, start off with recruiting the guys that fit the system. Got to have some talent. They've got to be naturally have some type of talent. And them guys, Bo Curtis played in the Bernard Blackwell game. Woodruff had a transfer to Cleveland Central from West Bolivar High School. Kind of got lost in the shelf a little bit his senior year for us, just getting the overall recruitment. But we knew he was a talent. And Jamon O'Neal was, he played defensive end in high school. He had like 15 sacks his senior year at Vicksburg High School, was reaching 2-5A player of the year defensive-wise. So I knew we had some talent. My thing is I tell the guys, if you just buy into the drills we're going to do, the motivation and the technique, you're going to be successful. Like Bo Curtis camped out at Southern Miss this summer, and I was down there just watching the camp, evaluating talent. And they was doing all the drills, and Bo came up and Bo said, "Coach, the same drills we just did at Southern Miss, same drills we do at Coahoma." And I said, "That's why I tell you guys, if you guys will buy in and take what we're coaching you, you're going to know what we do here translate to what we do in the 4-year level."
Absolutely, and also, you know, the way things are going with it, you know, your defense has been coming up big and everything else, and you know, I seen a great feeling in you. You love it how your players just work hard and seeing like the work is paying off, and then on top of that, you know, you're looking for another win because I've seen the feeling in your eyes in the Jones victory earlier this year.
Yeah, well, we got, like I said, our rival Mississippi Delta here. You know, right now we're 1-3, and obviously, you know, as coaches and competitive players, you know, we want to be better than that, obviously. But like I told the kids last week, I said, hey, unfortunately, you know, the ICC game didn't work out, but we got homecoming coming up, and we got Mississippi Delta, and we're the only ones that can control how we feel after Saturday. So we got to put next week behind us and get ready for Saturday.
And what does Coahoma do to get it done Saturday at homecoming?
We just got to take care of ourselves. I feel like we just got to play our assignments, take care of ourselves, understand what we do on the field, and just have that motto, I'm going to do my job. If I'm responsible for A-gap and scraping as a linebacker, that's what I do on this, whatever we call it. I'm just saying we'll be successful. Stuff like that is just do your assignment.
Coach Charles Lee, linebacker coach and also recruiting coordinator for the Coahoma football team. Thank you so much for joining us on Coahoma Football Weekly.
One more thing, VK. Local recruits and everybody, you're invited this week. I've texted all the recruits. Every local high school coach, if you're listening, wants you to come out Saturday. Every kid you got on the football team, we want to make them feel special, make them feel welcome here to CCC. If you don't want to, be a student out, you just want to come be a student. We just love to have you here at CCC, but we want all our local student athletes to come. It's just a pride and joy to get our student athletes. Y'all are the number one goal to helping us be successful at Coahoma Community College.